I had it all. I had a house, 2 cars, husband, 2 children, great job. My husband died, and it fell from there.
If it was just me and her, it's different. We can only stay outside. You might be cold a little bit, but if you have the whole kitchen, it's a whole different mix. Not knowing when you're going to be able to sleep, if she's going to be able to sleep. We found this by just, like, some miracle, because I reached that point today. Just give it up. We have nowhere else to go.
Hold on 1 second. Let's pray. I don't want to do nothing without praying. Let's pray first. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those.
I'm currently working with the family right now. She says she sent me some information, so I'm trying to see what she sent me.
Okay. I'm the Commissioner of Health and Human Services for the city. I'm trying to find out how long it takes, because I was told that anybody with a child who is homeless, has nowhere to stay, that DTA will automatically find them a place, or at least a temporary shelter till they know what's going on. What's supposed to happen with this family is what I'm trying to find out. If by the time they get all the paperwork and all that, I'm just trying to understand the system. When I first got to the city, the Quality of Life team here went out and did outreach to the encampments. My concern was where are people going, and a good portion of those people that were out there were not going into the triage center. They were sleeping in tents out there, and that's what they wanted to do. And my concern was, what are we going to do for these people in the winter?
the purpose of the shelter is to be an anchor in the midst of the storms that these people are going through. That anchor is hope. But it's a hope that is motivated by an unconditional love. By loving them like human. Like not treat them according to their brokenness and reproduce that brokenness. But by trying to love them and show them a value that they may not see in themselves. Listen, I'm not here to control your life out there. We're here, in here we want to keep you safe and keep everybody safe, So alcohol, unfortunately, is legal. But trust me, legally will kill you, and we know that. So, but I'm not here to judge the law, that's not my job. So it's legal. I'm not here to take your stuff. We lock it in, right? And it stay there, in the morning you take it, because you pay for it, it's yours, right? You legally bought it. If it's drugs and they there, I'm going to take them away from you. And I'm going to flush them out. But this is legally yours. If you're trying to hide it, to drink it out there when you go for the smoke break, eventually we're not going to have no smoke breaks. Because you're sabotaging that. And then, whatever you pay for it, now you have to hustle to get another one in the morning because this one is going to be in the toilet. Why? Because you didn't check it in. You want it, be select, my brothers, right?
That's right.
So,
That's right.
you lost that one. So listen, what is the point? If you need it, I understand. I used to drink, I was an alcoholic and an addict. So if you need it, lock it in the morning.
Take it.
You got your medicine.
Yep.
The medicine that is actually going to kill you if you keep taking it. But I'm not here to judge that. Whenever you're ready for the miracle, you will get clean. Right? I'm not here to tell you get clean. Because I couldn't get clean myself. A miracle happened. So, you don't want to die before the miracle. But for right now, in here, I'm going to make sure you stay alive to see the miracle.
Yep.
One of the things that I love is, like when I look at the volunteers, we have people from every race. We have people that are believers, not believers, from religion, not non-religion. We have atheists. It is something that unites us into one, and it's the caring and the loving of people for the broken.
It's the most incredible feeling. And you don't really have to do a lot for them. Some of them just need to talk.
When it first started, I thought, we was gonna have like 10 people most. When I came to find out, it was like 40 people, you know what I mean? I was like amazed, and it brought kind of tears to my eyes because it was like a flashback to where I was.
Nobody wants to be homeless. Nobody wants to be asking for clothing. Nobody wants to be wearing someone else's clothing or being given food. Nobody wants that. It reflects the reality of what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Be safe, guys. I'll be back. Behave, okay, kids?
Yes, Daddy.
I'll be right back. Behave, kiddos. Don't burn the house out and don't do a party.
Yeah, don't burn the house down.
No donuts. Hey, Richie, no donuts while you're driving up there. Come on. I saw you pulling.
Now, because you say I'm gonna do one.
Over there. Over there.
All right, Ricky, do a few donuts.
All right, guys. I'll be back.
We'll be back about half an hour.
When I get out of jail, I was homeless the last night.
Yep.
And it wasn't just me. It was a wife with 4 kids homeless.
That's a bad.
And we went to the welfare. They didn't want to provide services or shelter for us. And I tried. And in reality, in my moment, the system itself wasn't there to help me.
System failed.
Right? The system failed. But the reality was that the system could afford to give me a no, right?
Yep.
But I couldn't have afforded to have a no. You don't got a knife, nothing with you.
No.
Anything I say, they're gonna take it from you.
I know.
You know the process. But it's crazy. It's like, I don't know. You get it is so deep that you get so lost in this that you can't even embrace the help. The help is right there to pull you out, and you are so lost within. You feel so hopeless that even when hope is right in your face, you can't even open the doors for it. Because it's like you completely forgot how hope looks like. And a lot of these people, I'm telling you the reality, a lot of these people, it is the trauma that is being on it. They don't let them walk into it. You don't even know how hope looks like. You forget. And that is sad. That is sad. It is sad. Uh-oh. It's cool.
Anywhere from 7 to 9 bags of blankets and pillowcases to them every time we open up. And drop them off, and then a few hours later they give us a text and we're back to get them. The people that we serve are grateful. It blows every stigma out of the water. There, but for the grace of a paycheck or one health scare, go a lot of people in this community, and I'm just glad to be able to serve the way we can.
We talked a lot about having a day resource center where people can come in and be seen. One of the first things we notice is that, you know, when you come in for housing, there's barriers along the way. Barriers for the client where they, you know, if you need a license, an ID, and those things aren't in place. You know, they need whatever, checks, receipts, anything that they have. And these are people who don't have anything but the backpack that they have. So how do we help them go through that process? So if we had a day resource center where people can come in and there will be housing folks, the you know, people who can get them their IDs, they can have a clinic there where people can come in and see them. It would just, all the pieces in one area that can then be referred and ultimately for the person to have either supportive housing or housing. And then in the winter have if needed, a winter overflow. And I'm a believer that you don't end homelessness. We're in and out of homelessness all the time. So to say that in 2020 we're going to end homelessness is never going to happen. So there has to be an ability for people to be able to come off from the streets, be sheltered until we find some type of supportive housing. So for the same person that you just brought in, he's going to start, or he or she is going to start doing better, and the next person can be helped through that process.
I'm a firm believer, and I've learned in the 11 years that I've been here in Worcester from many of our businesses that in fact they understand that they will be successful when Worcester as a city is successful. And as such, some of our best and most community-minded businesses actually place their executive leadership team onto boards of many of the wonderful agencies that make a difference for everybody here in our city. And they recognize when they're in leadership roles there and when those organizations thrive, that everybody in this city thrives. And when everybody in the city thrives, it lifts the entire city.
What has happened here has been an amazing piece to get the community together. What I'd like to see is all of us continue that piece and continue to say we can't have people living in the streets during any time, but more particularly so in the winter. We can't have people, and we can't say that 20 degrees and below is okay, or 20 degrees and above is okay for people to do that. So what is our next goal? What is our next plan that we're going to do to say that as a community, we're going to take care of our people?
A homeless person can be the person you're sitting next to on a bus. At any given time, anybody, anywhere, is either one paycheck or one sickness away from losing a home.